Hi, this is Dr. Weideman, and this short video will introduce you to our Angel course and also to the Mystatlab course. The handout that you see on the screen is available in Angel. I'll show you the location of that. Let's go ahead and go over to the Angel course. When you first come into the Angel course, you'll start on what I call the home page. You'll be able to access your mail here. There's a link to the course syllabus, which is the same syllabus that appears on the syllabus tab. There's some institutional resources that might be helpful, library resources, Smart Thinking, which is an online tutoring system, the Student Technical Support Desk information. And from here, let's go over to the calendar. And in the calendar, I've loaded all the due dates and other important dates for the course. Weekly chat sessions will happen on Tuesday night at 6:30, and I'll show you that in a minute. There's a folder with those links. Your first set of assignment due dates happens on June 2nd. And the material assignments from weeks 1 and 2 are all going to be due on Monday, June 2nd by 11 p.m. Let's go to the course materials page. This is the page you're probably going to spend your most time in Angel. The first item you see is Introductory Materials for the course. The required syllabus quiz is located in this folder. Let's go ahead and go into that folder. And we'll see here, here's the handout that we're working with right here, the Welcome to Online Stats handout. Here's the video that you're watching. Here's a list of things to do first for this class. Here's a folder of Angel tutorials if you're not familiar with Angel. Another link to the syllabus. A link to the course calendar, which is the weekly schedule of assignments, which is also available at the end of the handout that we're working from. Where to buy the textbook, how to get the Mystatlab access code. It's critical that you get that access code and get registered in Mystatlab as soon as possible. You have assignments in there you'll be needing to work on during weeks 1 and 2. MyMathLab materials, this folder tells you how to register. There's a registration guide, there's the step-by-step instructions here, and there's a tip sheet. When you go to register on the website, you need this course ID to get registered. There's also proctored testing information, 5 myths about distance learning. Please read this. I think this will help you put online courses in perspective. And then that required syllabus quiz is also located here. Now let's go back out to course materials. Here's a link to my instructor page. Here's a View My Grades link, which I think is a better way to see your grades in the course. I would use it rather than using this Grades Reports tab here. This one will get you a quick snapshot of all your assignments that have been graded so far. An analysis of quiz answers. Each week after the quiz due date passes, I will post analysis of various questions on the quizzes that some students seem to have trouble with. Here's the folder with the weekly chat sessions links. We hold them on a website called WizIQ, and the link is given right here. If you're working in Firefox, you might want to remember that, and I hope you can see this up here next to the address of the website. Sometimes things are blocked and you want to click on that if you're not getting access, if you get a white screen, for instance. One suggestion is to right click and then say open in a new window, and that sometimes works to bypass those blocks. And also the chats are recorded, so if you're not able to attend, you can use the same link to view the recording. Now let's go out, and the course is organized in units, and each unit has 3 to 4 chapters. Let's take a look at Unit 2. And then notice the note up here. If you're not seeing these chapter folders in the Unit 1 and Unit 2 folder, then you didn't do the syllabus quiz and get 100%, so you need to go back and do that. Okay, let's take a look at Chapter 2 folder. Each folder is set up in the same fashion. There's a graphic from the textbook. The chapter objectives are listed here. There are handouts for each chapter. There's like a notes handout. There's a PowerPoint handout. There are videos in the chapters where we use StatCrunch, which is a program available in my Mystatlab, which I'll show you in a minute. The quizzes are here, and then if there's a discussion topic, the link to the discussion topic will be shown here. All right, let's go over to the Mystatlab course. And when you first log in, this is the home page you'll see there. They'll have a calendar, they'll show some due dates, you'll be able to see your overall score, timeline, what you've submitted, your progress, how much of the assignments you've completed. And then right below the course home, there's a link to the chapter content. So if you click on this, and let's go ahead and go into, let's say, section 2.1. And this is going to give you access to the ebook, which is the same as the printed book, and it's a little bit better because it's got some activities actually embedded where where if you're having trouble with concepts, you might find those helpful. It'll just take a minute to load. And then once you're in the ebook, you will have a nice table of contents here on the left-hand side. So we're in chapter 2. And what I wanted to show you was there are some little embedded activities. This happens to be an animated activity. I've summarized at the end of the chapter handouts in Angel which of these you might find helpful. Let's go ahead and go back to the problems in chapter 2. And again, if you open up, my computer cooperates today, if you open up this table of contents, sorry about that, I'm not sure why my computer's acting up. Let's try to go back to Angel for a minute and see if we can clear that out. Okay, there we go. So in chapter 2, sometimes in the quizzes I'll say go to the exercises at the end of chapter 2 or chapter 3 and locate a specific problem. So let's say, for instance, I said go to the end of chapter 2 and locate homework problem 40. And so if you look down here, the homework problems are numbered, and so you'll just scroll through until you come up to number 40. And the reason I want to show you this is some of these problems in here actually have, I'm sorry, it was on page 40, not problem 40, it was problem 37. They have a link right here to StatCrunch, which will take the data for that problem right into the little software package StatCrunch. So that's what I mean when I say go ahead and click on that to get to StatCrunch. And actually, let me, for some reason let's see if I go back to the course here. And for some reason this is loading differently. All right, I have to log back in again. It's not showing the main screen, so let me go back because I want to show you, instead of the ebook, I want to show you on the main screen where StatCrunch is located. So we're back onto the main screen here, and if I click the chapter contents closed, right below it first is the homework. Let me show you how the homework is set up. There's a homework for each chapter, and if there's a little flag here, it means that there's a prerequisite. So for instance, for this homework, you need to score 100% on the Intro to Mystatlab, which is right here. And then StatCrunch, and you're usually just going to go to data sets from your textbook. And there are data sets from the textbook. So for instance, we were just looking at chapter 2, and let's say we wanted to work with the tattoo data. And then this will load the data set, and then again, as we get up to chapter 2, I will have help for you on how you navigate the toolbar here and actually do the statistics within the software package. It's a really nice package and works quite nicely for the course. Okay, so let's go back to the handout. Welcome to the course. And we've gone over these things. I just wanted to finish up with a couple comments about testing. There is a proctored test midterm and final, and they're given at the 4 main campuses. The dates are shown in the calendar. You don't have to make an appointment, just come during the testing period. If you live outside of this local area, you'll have to identify a proctor, and there's a link in the syllabus to that online system where you identify a proctor and get the proctor approved. So you're going to want to keep up. The important thing to succeed in an online course is to keep up with the assignments. And so here's your detailed handout that shows all the assignments due each week, Mystatlab, the Angel assignments, and the due date and the time. Also remember that you can redo homework. The Mystatlab homework can be redone even after the due date if you've accessed it at least once before the due date. So that's helpful if you're wanting to improve your grade at the end of the semester. For the quizzes, you get 2 attempts. These are in Angel. When you redo the quiz, the questions might be different because I use pools, so you want to be careful to read the questions carefully and see if you were given the same question again. Again, due dates are going to be Monday night at 11, except week 1, I've extended that material to week 2. But generally, the material we go over each week will be due on the following Monday a week, 9 days later, at 11 o'clock, and I don't extend them, so you want to make sure you keep up again with this weekly calendar. I suggest you print it out and keep it near your computer and check off the assignments as you go through them. I look forward to working with you in this class. Please email me if you have any questions.